Alrighty. Welcome back again, Swifties. I'm going to address that to you guys because you guys are the only ones here right now. I did put up two videos of Ren, and I think Ren is a perfect fit as the second artist to kick my channel off next to Taylor. I think they are perfect. Ren, all of Ren's music is about mental illness because that's his life. That's what he's been dealing with. He's been misdiagnosed and everything, and being fed medication for a disease that you don't have has really fucked up his body. And I know what it's like dealing with a body that doesn't agree with you. I'm going through that myself right now. So not to the extent he did, I'm sure, but I understand. I can sympathize with it. And Taylor, she writes about stories that affect her personally, usually relationships and the media. Reputation, perfect example. There was a 3 year span between 1989 and Reputation, and she got into the legal battle with the DJ, and that was her 2018 was her official breakup with Big Machine. So all of that was going on in between those two records, and it probably bothered her. She's probably stressed out a little bit about it and everything, and she, like Ren, the best way she knows how to, she doesn't want to talk about it in interviews, or she doesn't really do a lot of interviews, actually. And neither does Ren. But instead of doing that, she put her feelings across in music. She said, look, if you guys are going to bash me and put me down and everything, I'm going to make another 20-25 million dollars off of it by putting a record out. And lo and behold, Reputation comes out about that exact same thing, her being put down in the media and everything. Um, and I did mention, I thought Bad Blood. When I first did Bad Blood, you know, yes, it was my very first video on the channel. It was my very first artist on the channel, and I was never really introduced to Taylor. At that point, I did my search. She came up, and it was Monday Night Football. So and just the Kansas City Chiefs were playing, and so it just all fit. I'm like, let's go with Taylor. It's Monday night. She will be on TV tonight on the game. And they'll probably show her more than they show Kelsey. And they did. Just by chance, he didn't play a lot. Patrick Mahomes didn't throw to him a lot. They were more running the ball and doing other stuff. But anyway, yeah, so it was a perfect fit. I went with it. And so I watched Bad Blood and reacted to that. That was a wild ride. It was all sexual. Again, people, in my opinion, I'm not, you guys know me now if you've watched all of my Taylor videos, reactions. You know that I'm in porn. Not literally porn, but I write AVN, which is adult visual novel, which is porn related, but it's a porn love story that's written in book form with visuals. The visuals are made by 3D. It's 3D visuals and everything. And I do all of that. I've already went over all of this, but you guys get it. But I love, and that's why my channel here. I love storytelling. I love writing. I love making stories and everything. That's why now I like Taylor. I've always liked Ren, which brings me to this. This is the second time I have asked for the Swifties' help because yeah, Taylor's not going to be the only artist. I'm going to bring in other artists, but these artists, both rock, pop, country, they're storytellers. You know, a good, Let me just throw out an example for you. A good example is Johnny Cash. You know, he's a storyteller. He's like the guy that sits, you all sitting around the campfire. He's the one that will pull out the acoustic guitar, start strumming, and sing everybody a story. That's storytelling. They have there's rock and roll storytellers. There's metal, storytellers in there. Every genre has a storyteller in it, or more than one, and that's who I'm going to be bringing in. Now, I have chosen. not to bring in some artists that I also love myself, but don't fit my criteria here for storytelling and vocal storytelling. In other words, not just singing. This is not a vocal channel. I'm going to be breaking down vocals and everything, but not to the extent like I'm teaching you vocals. I'm breaking them down in as far as the singing relates to telling the story. There's two ways here that singers and musicians can tell stories. Well, actually, more than that, if you want to get technical. But I'm focusing on two because I don't want to get too complicated on my channel. You can tell a story through lyrics. You can tell a story through your music. In other words, the music itself can tell the story. You can tell a story through video, filming, and everything, which Ren does a lot. Along with, I was going to mention his name, but I'm not because he is my next artist. But we're going to cover him. But he also uses film a lot, along with the music, to tell his story. And everybody else that's going to follow. But this particular person, he is big right now, currently. He's independent, as a lot of other uh, artists in his genre, in his lane, are independent and big, but I didn't include them. But the reason I'm asking for you Swifties' help again is because a Swiftie brought this up. And honestly, people, it shocked the hell out of me. I did, and I hope the girl is watching this video. If you are, comment on this video because you shocked the hell out of me. I did not expect, out of all things possible out there, that any Swiftie would be into this guy because he directly opposes Taylor. Not personally. Now, I'm probably going to give this away. To you really, 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 really hardcore Swifties. I mean, you like overboard Swifties, not just, your casual Swifties. Because I'm still not haven't mentioned his name yet. And I'm going to show the girls, the Swifties post, the comment on my section where she asked about him, and I was shocked. But probably for those Swifties that do like him, it's because his girlfriend. His girlfriend is also an artist, a rapper. She has been signed to a label before, and she's a diehard Swiftie. So the battle is even going on in his own home, so to speak, if you will. But that person, ladies and gentlemen, drum roll, and I will throw up the comment right now, is Tom MacDonald. And you can see right here, where she brought it up. She's Hog, for those of you. Hog is their, title for Swiftie. You guys are Swifties for Taylor Swift. Well, the community that follows Tom MacDonald are Hogs, and if you're in the community, you know what Hog stands for. But um, I was not going to include Tom or other people in this lane that are storytellers, but they're political storytellers. Nothing wrong with that, um, to an extent. I am totally independent. I'm all about logic. I'm like Spock on Star Trek. I go with what makes logical sense to me after I analyze everything. Now, if you ask me, left is left. There's no left is right, right is right, right is bad, left is bad. There's none of that. To run a country, we need a little bit from both of them. We don't need we don't need the whole world being left. We don't need the whole world being right. That's getting into dictatorship, one way or the other. If you got a Republican that just goes strictly by Republican theory and nothing from the liberals, you're going to have a Republican dictatorship. If you're going to go liberal, that doesn't give a shit about anything that the conservatives believe in, you're going to have a liberal dictatorship. We don't need a dictatorship in any way, shape, or form. We need what works. Now, get logical here with me, people. The U.S. is the world leader, whether you like it or not. It, facts are facts. We have the most powerful military there is on the planet. And we can obliterate anyone, as Japan has found out the hard way. Um, so that's not a question. But you can't have a leader of a country that is solely thinking about the country. And I'm talking about Kamala. She's she's talking she if you listen to her speeches, it's all about just us. We know her views on, pregnancy, all the stuff that liberals do. Again, only liberal views. She doesn't take anything, and the same with Donald Trump. You know, he's only about the conservative views, doesn't take anything. What I don't hear from any of these people are these other countries that have it out for the U.S., like Iran, like Syria. Um, they don't like our religion. They don't like Christianity. Their God is Allah, and their religion is Islam. And if you're not Islam and you don't worship Allah, you need to be eradicated and wiped from the face of the earth. It's basically their belief. That's what ISIS and all the people in that area are all about. And we don't hear anything about from either one of them on how their global policy, their trade policies, uh, any of that. It's all about stuff over here pertaining to us. Well, that is important. It's not the only thing in an election. We need to we need to know a little bit about how you plan to help us, but we also need to know how you're going to protect us. And we have not heard any of that in any shape or any form. And Tom, and political rap particularly is divisional. It divides people. And division is the last thing we need. We need all to come together. Now, I told you that I'm into studying music and rap and everything because of my adult novel, because my main character in my novel wants to be a rapper. He doesn't want to inherit the family $14 billion fortune and business and all that. He wants to rap. And he's a political rapper. That's why I got into Tom and all these other artists like Dax, Adam Calhoun, and I could go on and on. Ryan Upchurch, and others. He's more country, but still he gets political. Um, but that's what got me into studying rap because I'd never been into rap. I never liked rap, and all my life I've never liked rap until recently, like I said, because it only talked about hoes, drinking, being in a gang life, going to prison, coming out of prison, going back to prison, living in the ghetto, and that's all it was. Negative. Everything negative. I am not a negative person. Um, I'm very positive on anything that I do. If I think of something, I say, I can do it. Doesn't matter if I've done it before or not. I'm like, I'll figure it out. Like you Swifties. I was never into Taylor and everything, but I wouldn't say I'm an expert yet, but I'm very well aware of Taylor. She's got about 146 songs in total. You know, and I know all of our albums, all the years that the albums came out, even the order they came out. I got that in my memory. And I've asked you guys about that in my other video where I asked you about your help. Why she only remade 4 of the albums when the media, had me believing that she remade all six, and she didn't. She has not remade Taylor Swift yet. She has not remade Reputation yet. So I was like, why? What's the holdup? But what is your views on including Tom MacDonald? And how many of you Swifties are like Tom MacDonald and his music, and how many don't? Give me guys. I know commenting helps the channel. Well, if you like the channel, you should want to help out, but that's not what this is for. This is honest to God truth here. I'm trying to build a channel that will work with everybody from all genres of music and beliefs, whether it's right or left, and everything has to fit. Like Ren and Taylor Swift, they both are perfect fits. They talk about their music talks about what affects them, not what affects you all, everybody else. You know, if you want to listen, if you get out of it what you get out of it and it helps you, that's great. But both of them are, putting their feelings and their emotions and their words and what's going on and how they feel into their music instead of talking about it like I am here. You know, if I didn't have this channel or anything, instead of me talking about this and that, I could make a song about it and put it out. You know, that would be how I choose to express my feelings through music instead of talking about it like on a podcast or something. But and and they're perfect at it. One of them is on relationships and the media abusing her and putting her down and trying to eradicate her or all that stuff and everything. And the other one is about mental health. Both in very important subjects to talk about, discuss, and try to help people that are going through that. Um, I know celebrities are going through it, and I'm sure there's psychologists and people out there professionally, that the celebrities go to, to be counseled and you know ask advice on, and how should I handle this and this, that, and the other. Um, but you know, it's needed, and that's what I want my channel to be. It's a reaction channel slash analysis channel. I'm not really reacting because all the music that I'm playing, I do know. I might not have like Bad Blood. I've heard Bad Blood on the radio and stuff and everything, but I've never really gotten, I never really looked into it. I've just been, bouncing my head to the music like, this is cool. I like this. You know, I didn't sit there and like, and analyze it. But again, sorry the video is too long for just me talking, but um, I felt it important enough since Swifty brought up Tom MacDonald to make a video specifically on this, on what your guys' thoughts are, because my decision to this, like I said, isn't for the Swifties or for the Ren fans as they slowly come here too, but or anybody else after for that matter. My decision was was a personal decision before anyone said anything about Tom MacDonald. Like I told you, I know all about him, but he's divisive. His music divides people, and I didn't want that storytelling in my channel. I want to bring people together, and that that music, both Tom MacDonald and Dax and all the others in that lane just didn't fit, and that's why I've excluded them. But I'm I'm not totally biased or anything. If you guys want them, I'll be glad to bring them in. Um, but give me, like I said, you got to comment, you got to comment, you got to comment, and I'm going to put it. If you listen this far, you're going to see my comment advertisement. Um, Probably many times you've seen it now because I'm going to play it throughout this whole video because it's that important. You got to let me know, guys, on how you feel about this. Are you for bringing in Tom MacDonald or are you against it? His girlfriend is a Swiftie, So, it's a 50-50 split between him and her there. But again, let me know, guys. I'll leave it at that. I've said it enough already. I'm just repeating myself. But I will wait your comments. I'll be here all day, and I'll catch up on sleep when I can. But let me know, okay?